Hi, thank you for tuning in to the Patricia Show. I am Patricia, and let's talk. Please press like and subscribe, and then share this audio with someone who you feel may need it. Now, let's talk about what is visualization. We create our destiny, what we want it to be. Visualization is a technique that one can use. And what it means is to visualize, is to see something that you want. See something that you want, or something, see something that you want. But you're seeing it not out of your physical eye, you're seeing it out of your inner eye. Your inner eye is your third eye. So you're basically seeing what you want, but you're seeing it on a spiritual level, and then it'll manifest for you on a physical level. So you see what you want spiritually, and then it manifests for you physically. That's the easiest way I can explain that. So now, because you're seeing it with your spiritual, that means that you're seeing it out of your spiritual eye, not from your physical eye. Your spiritual eye would be your third eye, and is located in the center of your forehead. You know how you'll see Indians and they have the Indians from India, not American Indians. These is Indians from India. You know how they, on their forehead, they have that red dot. Most of the time, the women, they have the red dot on their forehead. That is the third eye. So if you could Google like Indians, the red dot on their forehead, you'll when you could Google it, and then you'll see the red dot, and that's the third eye. So that's the eye that you will look out of. So basically, you would close your eyes and focus your attention on your forehead at that area where that red dot is. Focus your attention there, and then begin to see the life that you want. And it will, if you see it with feeling and intensity, you will manifest that in your world. So let's give an example of that. Let's say you want to manifest a car. Now, one time, so let me give you an example. When I was younger, I always liked luxury cars. My credit was not that great. So if I would go to a car dealership, plus I wasn't working. So if I go to a car dealership to try to get a car, I was about 21, they wouldn't give it to me. They wouldn't give me a car because basically I was, young. I needed a cosigner and all this other stuff they require. So what I did is I visualized me a car. I sat down one night and I could see the car. I didn't know if I wanted in my mind, I said I wanted a new car. So I wanted this new car, and I visualized this car. And then the next day, what happened, it was a sale at some car dealership. So I never read the paper, but I felt so led and guided to go to the paper. When I opened up the paper, there was this sale they were having about guarantee everybody to get a car and all this. And lo and behold, I went and got a car, a Mark IV or Mark V, whatever it was at that time. And I got this car. So now that I was like, oh my God, how did I get that? And I wasn't even working. Didn't have car insurance or anything. So, but they gave me a car. So every time after that in the future, when I wanted a car, I would always do this visualization, no matter what my credit score was. As I got older in life, it wasn't that great, and I would still get the car. So let me give you this exercise that you do. So now, you're going to lay down or sit down in a quiet area. You're going to go to that third eye, relax yourself, and see the car that you want. If it's a new car, just keep in your mind, that it's a new car that you want. And you're going to kind of just like pretend like you're walking out into the street. You see the car that you want, or either you're on the dealership, you go to the car that you want, you open the door, imagine you can smell the leather in the car or whatever it is you want. You could just smell the newness of the car and see yourself getting into the car, see yourself putting the key in the ignition and driving off on a test drive. Just see yourself doing this. And then get out of the car, visualize yourself get out of the car, and then what I would do is I would just pause that visual frame of me standing next to the car. Then you muster up all the feeling that you have into that picture. When you muster up the feeling that you have, now that feeling could be either love. If you have the feeling of love, send love to the picture. Now, how I would muster up my feeling is that I would flex my body really tight, real tight. And then I would say, I will get a new car, or I will have a new car, or this is the car I would get. Something in that, just affirming that you have that this car, you're going to be having a new car. And then I would release the intensity in my body and go on about my business and forget about it. Absolutely forget about it. And then what would happen is the next day or a couple of days later, I would be led to wherever it was I needed to go to get the car. One time I was driving home from work. I passed the car dealership. Something just came over me to go back into the car dealership. I went back into that car dealership. The man said, "Oh, hey, we got a special on new cars, the new Dodge Avengers." And basically, I walked out of that car dealership with a brand new car. This was 5 days after doing the visualization that I was led to the car. So you're going to be led in some way, shape, or form to get whatever it is you're asking for. So now let me go through that again. You would put yourself in a comfortable position. Focus your attention on your third eye. See the car that you want, how you want it. Maybe if you can even visualize the color, that would be fine. If you can't, then you don't have to. Smell the newness of the car. Then get out of the car and stand next to the car, and then that frame of you with the car, just hold it there and then affirm that you will be led and guided to receiving the car of your dreams, or I will get a new car. Whatever you want to affirm, you would just say that a couple of times as you're bringing emotion to what you're doing. So to that frame, to that picture frame. So you're seeing yourself standing next to the car. That's the picture frame. And then feel the emotion of love, either fill in that picture or some type of emotion. So you can just, like I said, I would flex my body really tight because that's feeling, and put it in that picture. Then I would say my affirmation 3 times, then relax your body and go on about your business. Don't think about that visualization or the car anymore. Within probably 72 hours, I'm going to say, you will be led and guided about what to do about the car. You will either be led to go to someplace, somebody might tell you about a car sale, you might open a paper, get maybe something leads you to open a paper and there is a car sale. You'll be led and guided. So make sure that you say, when you're holding that frame, make sure your affirmation is, I will be led and guided to the car of my dreams. You could say that. Or I'll be led and guided to purchasing my new car. Something of that matter. But you're going to say it 3 times and then release the feeling and go on about your business. And then you'll be led to your car. You see, it's so easy to do once we learn how to really create. A lot of us don't even know that we should create. So we just sit and go through life and just wait for things to happen. You say like, "Oh, hey, I want to be rich," and you're just sitting there waiting for it to happen. You have to make things happen, honey. So now that's the car. Now let's do a house. Let's say you wanted a particular house. So you're going to go by the neighborhood that you want the house, whatever house. You could just if you need to see a house to visualize it. If you don't have a particular house in mind, you don't have to go back to the house. You do the same thing with the car. Like you did the car. You just go to that third eye, imagine the house that you want, see yourself walking into the house, see yourself walking through the rooms of the house, feel the newness of the house. If you want a swimming pool, go back in the backyard and see a swimming pool there. Whatever it is you want in the house, just visualize that in the house. If you want a movie room, visualize that in the house. And then go to any room of the house and just stand there. And that's the frame. You're going to hold that frame. And then you're going to say something in the effect of, "I will be led and guided to my perfect dream home," or "I'll be led and guided to purchasing my house." Something like that. When you say that, remember you have to put feeling in it. So you're going to hold that frame with you in the room, and then you're going to put the feeling to it. Either send love into the picture or flex your muscles very, very tight, and then say the affirmation, "I will be led and guided to my perfect dream home." Something of that effect. And then you're going to say that 3 times as you hold that emotional feeling and hold that picture of that frame, and then release it and relax and go on about your business. Don't think about it anymore. And then you'll be led and guided to your perfect home. So this is how you manifest. This is how you visualize things. So what you're doing is that you're actually seeing this happening on a spiritual level in your third eye. And then if you put enough feeling to it, because the feeling is what makes it work. You put the most feeling to it, that's the more feeling, the intensity of the feeling, the quicker it's going to work. Now, I tested this out once. I was going to get me a car. So this time when I did the situation with the car and I held the frame, I didn't put any feeling in it at all. And I just saw the car. I'll be led, guided to my new car, but no feeling. It took me 6 months to get the car. I did get it, but it took me 6 months to get it. Now, so the next car I wanted to do, this time I put feeling to it. When I put feeling to it, I got the car within 5 days. So that showed me that you have to put the feeling in it if you want it quickly. If you want it quickly, you should get the car, within a week or 2. But if you don't put any feeling in it, it's going to take you'll get the car, but it's going to take you much longer, 6 months to a year. It'll take you, because it took me 6 months. So that made me realize that it was the feeling to what was the key. And then later in life, I found out that the feeling was you have 2 most powerful attributes, and the feeling was the second. And I'll get into that in the next video about your powerful attributes. But right now, I want you to understand. So whenever you do visualization, the more the feeling and the intensity of it that you put into that picture frame, the quicker you're going to manifest your dreams. Thank you so much for tuning in to The Patricia Show. Have a great week.